Okay, Grandma, that is not what I wanted to see. I'm a little late to the party with this video, but, better late than never. Thank you to EA for sponsoring this video and for, giving me free stuff. And speaking of free stuff, whenever new kits or game packs come out, EA gives me giveaway codes so I can give these away to my audience. I just did giveaways for these new kits that came out, and if you want to participate in future giveaways, then join my Discord. But yeah, definitely join if you want to have a chance to win future Sims content, or if you just want to hang out with other members of my community. That's cool too. All right, so since the Golden Years kit came out, I think it's only appropriate if we make some old people. All right, let's do it this way. I'll just import my sim into here, and then we'll just make them old. You know what, maybe the years won't be too kind to me. Elder, as long as I still have a beard, that's all that really matters. But I'll still be freaking shredded when I'm 80, right? Because I'm definitely shredded now. All right, let's see what kind of clothes we got in this pack. Oh man, we got the grandpa pants riding all the way up to my freaking, what is it? That's like dang near to my nipples. All right, let's go with the sweater look. Let's tone down the muscles a little bit. It's a little crazy. It honestly doesn't even look like muscles. It looks like I'm just freaking massive. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, what pajama bottoms would I be wearing? I guess we'll go green because that's what I'm wearing right now. I might actually have a sweater like that too. Guess I'm an old man. Now forget that nonsense. We're getting the hair back. So when you get old, does your waist just grow like a foot or something? Why are his pajamas up that high? That's got to be just wildly uncomfortable. Whatever. I think we're looking pretty good here. All right, we'll add Candy here too. We'll make her an old lady. In case you're not familiar with the lore in most of my Sims videos, I married Candy basically just to steal her money. And yeah, it's a whole thing. I'm thinking about making a lore video to describe the absolute buffoonery that I've been doing over the past year. All right, here we go. This looks like a nice granny sweater. She's really into pink, so I guess we'll just leave the sleeves. What are you doing? Sorry, Candy. I think your pink hair is going to have to go. Oh yeah, we should probably make her an old person too. She doesn't even look like she aged that much. I look like absolute crud, and she looks, yeah, I look 20 years older than her. Excuse me, sir, what are you doing? Look, your sim is still here too, even though I don't think you're going to be around that long, buddy. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm not even going to change much about her face. Let's see what kind of bottoms we got in the new pack. All right, here we go. I think this looks pretty accurate for an old lady. Do not bite that cord. All right. I think we're good. I might grab a house off the gallery because, as many people have suggested, I should just 100% abandon trying to build, and I for one agree with that. Let me see what kind of houses we got on my hashtag. And of course the gallery's not working. That's just perfect. As soon as I say I'm not building anything, the gallery's like, yeah, well, you're not getting anything off of here either. Besides, I'm pretty sure the only houses in the gallery are like my prisoner houses, like the ones that have basements with a bunch of bunk beds to hold my neighbors captive in. I don't really think that's gonna be a good look for this video. Now, if EA released a torture kit or something, then I would probably use one of those houses. All right, here we go. All right, I tell you what, we'll compromise a little bit. We'll put down a slightly psychotic house, but from appearances, it looks, pretty normal. See, this place looks perfectly normal. There's nothing crazy going on. That's just a little home theater, nothing else crazy going on down here. And that's just for like sleepovers, It has nothing to do with these other rooms over here where I may or may not lock people in to paint me paintings that I can sell for thousands. All right, let's see what we got in the new packs. All right, restoration, workshop, and kitchen clutter. Let's see what we got here. All right, some utensils, pretty good. Let's put those over by the... Oh, I don't have move objects on. I'm a degenerate. Okay, I guess move objects just doesn't work for this particular item. That's not my fault then. All right, harvest baskets. So we got some like apples and stuff. Let's throw that. We can throw that here. We just might shrink it down a little bit. Let's actually raise it up a little bit so we're not wasting counter space. Cookbook Pro display. Honestly, I should get one of these in real life. I might move these out of the way and put this in the corner here. Or maybe I'll put it here. There. All right, the clutter carousel. I think this would look... I guess we can clutter up this counter over here because we've got an island to cook on, so we don't need as much counter space over here. Cookie Chaos. Okay, well, this would be good for like a Christmas time house, honestly. I'm not sure you'd want this sitting out, all the time. You kind of look like a slob, but still pretty cool. All right, we got a new spice rack. That's pretty nifty. Although I feel like since you can grab from either side, it should be almost on the counter here or on the island. Actually, you know what? This fits pretty nicely under here. I think we'll leave it. We'll assume it spins. Knife block, we'll put it here. I'd rather put it closer, but it doesn't really cooperate that well. Move objects only works so much. All right, and we've got some more cooking mess stuff here. I guess we'll just throw this down. And I do think from what I've seen that a lot of these things are actually interactive instead of just being like inanimate objects. So I'll be curious to see what actually you can do with these. All right, I think that's it for the kitchen clutter. Now we've got the restoration workshop, which you almost need a garage for, but I guess I'll throw some of these out back. All right, so I'm gonna actually try to build like a little janky shed, which I don't really want to mess with this build because this looks way too nice. This is about to be the most redneck hillbilly looking little shed ever. All right, should I bother painting it? Nah, who cares? I sure don't. All right, I guess we can move this abomination to the backyard. It's just gonna look like a real eyesore. Oh, so the restoration workshop actually came with some retro looking kitchen stuff too. That's really cool. All right, sorry whoever built this house. I'm gonna swap out some of your appliances for some of the new stuff. Oh, do we have to fix some of these up? So maybe they appear as junk and then you have to fix them up with the new kit. That's kind of cool if that's how that works. Throw the microwave here. Coffee maker. I won't touch the espresso machine. That's a necessity. We'll throw... See if we can squeeze it. Oh, yeah, okay. Sure. And this fridge. I don't know if this is going to fit under here without looking like crud. Sure won't. Tell you what, I'll just throw this up one. That looks pretty clean, honestly. Just move it over a little bit so it doesn't look like an imbecile did this. All right, so we got some fluorescent lights. I was actually looking for these in one of my recent videos where I made a coffee shop. I wanted the break room to have those really ugly fluorescent lights because, you know, they're kind of annoying to be around for like extended periods of time. They always have that buzzing sound going on, so I wanted my employees to be absolutely miserable. All right, so we got this. Let's throw this here, then throw the workbench underneath it. Actually, let's move that to this wall. Throw this little storage bin down here. I think it's funny how a lot of this stuff is like garage type items, but yet they still don't want to have working cars in The Sims 4. That's just diabolical if you ask me. Like, I didn't play very much of Sims 3, but I do like that you could actually build a like working garage. I just thought that was a lot cooler. I don't know why you would take away something like that, but what do I know? All right, throw a sink over here so we can wash the grease off our hands after tinkering with some fuse box. Honestly, this kind of looks like something you'd put in the basement. Let's shrink it down and put it over by where my prisoners would be at. I mean, my guests. Okay, I like the variety of toolboxes. I think maybe this cart one would be good. Oh, that's kind of funny. You could put this one on top of the other toolbox. Let's just get like a triple toolbox thing going here. There, perfect. Manliest toolbox ever. Throw a fan in the corner. We don't want to have a heat stroke out here. Throw some sawdust piles around. Water heater. See, this goes in the garage. So, all right, I'll throw this out here, even though I'm not sure how much sense that makes because it's not connected to the house, but whatever. Doesn't need to make that much sense. All right, and then we got this wood pile cart. We'll shrink it down a little bit. There we go. And I just realized this place is like impossible to get inside of unless you want to freaking jump over these bushes. All right, let's flip it around so the door is here because I do want to test out these things to see their functionality. Savvy scrap box. We'll throw that over here. Whoops, right there. All right, I guess we'll paint it. Why not? Let's go with a plain stone floor. All right, I believe that's all the items. All of the Golden Years stuff was just clothing, I believe. All right, Grandpa, let's get it. Let's see, what's the first thing he does without me doing anything? He's going in the basement. He's gonna see how many prisoners he can fit down here. Oh, he's probably gonna go play a game on the computer. That's always what he does. 50 years later, and he's still acting the exact same. All right, what's Candy doing? Sunbathe in nude. Okay, Grandma, that is not what I wanted to see. I mean, yes, it is, because this is supposed to be me in the future. You know what? What am I saying? What are you doing now? Yo, by the way, she never once did this when she was young. I don't know why her turning old, suddenly now she's a nudist and an alcoholic now. You know what? after being married to me for 50 years, she's lost it. I think that's the only explanation here. Scared. Afraid of the dark? What dark? You were just outside in the sun naked. How are you afraid of the dark? Yeah, this is wild. All right, anyway, back to the kits. Let's see. Yeah, I think Candy's just lost it. All right, repairing while focus decreases time needed to repair. Okay, so let's repair some of these kitchen things. Watching the news in the nude. That's the life, huh? Take a panicked poop. Okay. Okay, so this clutter stuff is not interactive, so I don't think everything in these kits are. It's probably mostly the restoration stuff. Okay, the cookbook is, though. You can use it to cook stuff. That's cool. What's Candy up to now, huh? Did she finally put her clothes back on? Nope. Are you good? Do I need to put you in a home? There's an idea, retirement home pack. That's perfect. Yeah, there's an idea. Retirement home and an insane asylum. That's gold. Honestly, I would pay for that. See, she's already throwing herself in the prisoner area. I think she admits that she needs to be locked away. What, you guys don't like me because I didn't answer my door? I'm busy. I'm fixing my dang microwave that I found in the dumpster. All right, let's have Candy come out here and craft something. Horse sculpture. All right, we should probably do this with clothes on if I had to guess. There we go. I'd hate for you to get a splinter. Okay, so the horse sculpture is in my inventory, so we might be able to sell this thing. Let's list it on Plopsy. Let's see what kind of markup we can get here. I mean, I could have sold it for 40 bucks. That's a pretty good profit, honestly. They didn't take too long to make that. Repairing objects, however, does take a hot minute. Maybe it's because he's an old man. That might have something to do with it. Handy, not dandy. Oh, he dislikes handiness? No, you're not allowed to. Chop, chop. Oh, shoot. I peed on my cats. Shave leg hair. What kind of old man's out here shaving his leg hair? Have a Sim's bladder fail on a lot with 5 or more toilets. Is that really an achievement? I mean, would you hurry the hell up with this microwave? All right, 5 hours later, and we can finally use this bad boy. So you can't use the design tool to change the color of this thing. So I don't know if there's different colors for these appliances. Yeah, there is, but you can't change them once you restore them, so you have to pick the color ahead of time. Should have gone with the white one, but whatever. So these do take a hot minute to fix, but it is cool. All right, so those are the 3 new kits. This isn't probably a typical review of like Sims content that you're probably used to seeing. I just kind of wanted to show what you can do with all the new items in the packs and how you can interact with them. I do think these kits have more interactive items in them compared to most kits. A lot of kits are just decorative, which I do like the decorations that came with this kit. These are nice. The kitchen clutter kit anyway. I'm not a huge fan of the cooking ones just because like that's actually clutter. Like you're literally just leaving cookies out on your counter. So like I said earlier, if you have like a Christmas like cottage or a house or whatever, I think those would look cool. But in like an everyday ordinary house, I don't know how well they would fit in. I do like the appliances though. Those are pretty cool and unique. Funny story, my wife and I are actually about to buy a microwave that looks pretty similar to this, so that's pretty funny. I don't know why Grandpa Thor is wearing a do-rag right now, but let's just ignore that. I do like the workbench a lot. I didn't see this earlier, but you can craft furniture too, so like a bar stool, that might be cool. This workbench might be another one of those things that you could invest in on a rags to riches and then sell your creations. So that's pretty cool. Also, the water heater is fully operational. So I guess if this breaks, your Sims might have to take cold showers. I'd be interested in seeing if that actually happens. It's kind of like the laundry pack. As soon as you get it, your Sim is forced to do laundry. So I wonder if this breaks, your Sim will just have freezing cold showers. The fuse box is also a cool touch. It's just like more things that they've added to kind of make the game more real, I guess you would say. I do like when they add more real life things like that to make the game more immersive for some players. But yeah, I just wanted to showcase the new kits because I haven't really done that before, and I think it's kind of cool to show people, you know, if they want to spend money on these, if it's worth doing, which I'll let you decide if these are worth buying or not. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you think of these new kits. Also, don't forget to join my Discord if you want to participate in the next giveaway that I do. I typically post new Sims content every Saturday, sometime in the morning. And if you want to see me play non-Sims related content, then you should check out my second YouTube channel, Walmart Thor Gaming. I just started playing Schedule 1, which is a, you know, drug dealer simulator. It's a strangely addicting game, and it makes for pretty hilarious content. So yeah, definitely check that out if that's your thing. I'm also re-uploading my Subnautica gameplay videos over there, and yeah, I'll take game suggestions as well for that channel. And yeah, it's a little bit of a different vibe compared to my Sims content, but it's also pretty similar. I'm not too crazy over there. I mean, I'm pretty crazy over here too, so yeah, that doesn't really change. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.